Welcome back to the W Number, guys. As you know, I go live every Monday at 6:30. Just want to let you know and remind you that again because I don't put up the link anymore early, and I know I should. I usually put it up on Saturday. Wow, look at that. We got a freaking member quicker than we could even go live. That's fire, man. Thank you. We're gonna get into some fire stories tonight, and I have to clear the air on Andre Norman. Dude, came in here like, dude, I was telling Danny, right? I come in here like maybe 2 months ago, and I seen a video from Andre Norman. Now, Andre Norman, if you guys don't know, right, was that guy that I played a video of him talking about going into a chow hall, talking about, you're gonna make me a hamburger or you don't get to go home at night. Like, it just sounded crazy, right? And I'm thinking, man, this dude is straight up bullshit and lying. Basically, everybody who listened thought he was lying, but just turns out that Danny was actually locked up with this madman, and like he was not lying. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that first, clear the air on that.
Let's
because
clear
I
the
feel
air on
bad.
Dre.
Yeah. So what was it like being locked up with Andre Norman?
Dre was in the block. He was a big dog. He ran a big crew of the brothers, the black guys, and Boston black guys in Walpole back in the early 90s, all through the 90s actually.
Wow.
I was up there with him probably almost 8 years in the block with him in Essex block.
Wow. And just explain Essex block so for people who've never been to Walpole before.
Essex block, there was 3 blocks. Essex block was the aggressive. If you had an aggressive record, a lot of fights, disciplinary, they seen you as a security threat. They put you in Essex block, most dangerous block in Walpole. Back in the 90s, it was wide open. We ran the prison. Fact.
So when you say you ran the prison, and I didn't run Andre Norman was there with you.
Andre was there.
He's like legitimately claiming like, yo, he was the boss.
Okay, he was the boss.
He really was.
He really was. He's not lying. Like, we get old, but don't let that oldness fool you. I'll tell you right now, very dangerous person in prison, had a lot of juice, and I got a job in the kitchen because I wanted to still concentrate to make homebrew.
Yeah.
So I just happened to be there, and I was watching this. I did a 6-month bid a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I saw him in the jail on the tablet. I'm like, is that fucking Dre? And he's telling the story, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, because he's actually one of the people that they let us watch now, like through the tablets and shit. Like he's done so much work and reform and shit like that. Absolutely. Like the dude was actually a savage, though.
Savage. And he changed his life around. He's doing positive things. He's traveling the world. He's sending a message, and he's basically doing what you want to do, Matt. And
your word, yeah.
He's the real deal.
Hey, so we got a couple people up in here tonight already, just saying what's up and shit. So someone, the real Pat D said, salute Maddie. Good to see Danny out doing good as well. 2 absolute legends in the Mass DOC. I appreciate you, man. Sean, what's going on, man? How you doing? And thank you for becoming a member, Nanny Boss. You're the best. Thank you so much.
Hey, love you, Nanny.
There it is. So let's just talk about what it was like in Walpole in the 90s, like being around Andre Norman. I remember you said that you worked in the kitchen with him when he actually told about that story.
Wait, he did not work in the kitchen. He did not have to work.
Right.
Okay. He walked out of the block, down the hallway into the kitchen. Okay, where we were working. It wasn't chow time or anything. He legit just walked in the kitchen, and I remember there was an administrator there, and somebody elbowed me. He was like, "Yo, that dude's fucking dangerous," and he told him, "Yo, I want a burger and fries now," and the head cook looked at him and was like, "What? Who the fuck are you?" And, I'm fucking Dre. I run shit. I decide whether you go home or not. Run that.
Word, dude. Like
just like that. And you know what? The tension was real. You could cut it like there was gonna be a problem, and it wasn't gonna be the dude was very serious, and they made him his burger and fries, and the administrator even came over and said, "Yeah, let him get it." Yo, and he got his shit and went back to the block just like that.
That's crazy, huh? So he really went from being like that dude to like really being that dude. Because like I've seen him out here doing big things. Like the podcast is moving for him, and there's mad.
Shout out to Dre, man. I love you, bro.
Yeah. And so what is some of the,
crazy being out here.
you said you were on like Essex block with them,
Yeah.
and that was one of the most aggressive blocks in Walpole back then. Explain what it was like living on Essex block. I mean,
Oh, you
shit.
had Essex block. You
Try to take
beside Essex block was Bristol block. That was
Yup.
like the medium level, medium aggressive. And then you had Suffolk block. You guys that did time back there, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And that was kind of like block, you know what
Crazy
I mean?
block.
Yeah.
They had those back then.
No, mental health block, but nobody
Really?
gave like back then. If you went to mental health, that was a weakness.
Mm,
Like people really didn't respect that.
yeah.
So you didn't really you weren't supposed to really do that.
Right,
That was
right.
taboo, you know.
I remember the old school dudes telling me straight up, like, even when I would go to talk to clinicians and shit
Yeah.
like that, because you know how things changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things are different now. You could talk to clinicians, you
Right.
could talk to the psychiatrists.
Right.
Before, when I first started seeing them, guys would be like, yo, don't go in them rooms with them people like
Right.
that. And don't be talking to them like that, because you don't trust them. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? And other people going in and doing that, like they could potentially be like rats and shit.
Tell him, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like there was a real big stigma about mental health and
Oh
shit.
yeah, big time.
But things have changed so much when it comes to that, because people realize, I think, that you can get over it a little bit. You get more privileges and shit. And like, not for nothing, guys are suffering from mental health for real, like,
I mean,
especially
yeah.
in long-term segregation and shit, you know?
You do a couple years in the box staring at the walls, and you know, if you don't use your mind a little bit, yeah,
Fact.
fuck, right?
So Speedbag said, much love from Speedbag. Thank the both of you. Danny, were you with Pat Riley?
Yeah, at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you so many people out there that you meet and that you know you do time with.
Mm.
You form a lot of bonds and friendships. It's and then you come out here and it's like, fuck, you had status in there. You come out here, what do I do? What do I do with myself? Like I don't know anybody, can't identify. But
Word,
anyway,
bro. You could be the biggest boss in there and come out here and be the biggest lame, or you could be the biggest lame in there and come out here and be the biggest fucking boss, bro.
See it all the time.
And it's really hard to trust, you know, motherfuckers that say they, you know, they're like that, and then you know what I mean. That's why you got to really know them. Like, you know, I know you, and I know that you were about that shit. So, so getting back to Walpole and being with Dre, so you said you was in the same block with him for 8 months?
Same block. Oh yeah, I was in the same block with him, and like I said, I used to get in trouble all the time. If I could get in trouble, I would find it. Like, I thrived on chaos, because you get bored in there and you just want shit to pop off.
Right.
That's how it was.
Looking for something.
Everybody was looking for something to put in work on. So you acted correctly, and you're respectful, and you know, any little thing you did back then, people would nitpick and they'd create shit if they possibly could. So you had to walk the line, or you'd be food. You'd be on the plate, and nobody wants to do that.
Right. What was speaking of like a situation you got into? What was the first fight you got into Walpole?
Oh,
do you remember?
There's been so many, I fucking don't know, man. I did have a lot of fights, unfortunately.
What was the best? What was like one of the best fights you got into in Walpole? Someone gave you a run for your money about that.
Someone gave me a run for my money. I fought the Kings in the yard.
Oh yeah, tell me that. Yo, that's a good one too, man. I want to hear that shit.
All right, so they shipped me from the max to the medium.
Yep.
I don't remember why. I went down there and I saw what was going on. They were punking white guys off left and right. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this place? So I was there for maybe a week, and I already decided in my head, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna correct some shit around here. Make, you know, like this shit's not gonna fly. If it comes this way, and I'm gonna go back. So I go in the chow hall, and I cut through the tables. And I've been to Shirley Medium when it first opened.
Yeah,
they first opened that prison.
Okay,
that was in 93 maybe. I did get a move there when I was a kid from Walpole. Didn't last. I went right back to Walpole. But back to what I was talking about. I'm in the chow hall in Shirley Medium. I cut through the king table, and one of the kings says, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?" I'm like, "What? I'm getting a drink. What the fuck's it look like I'm doing?"
Right.
Minding my business.
Right.
So he was a young kid, you know, really cocky, probably 270, 260. And he had his crew, you know, that table. And I didn't know that you know, that I was cutting through the king table, and that was an issue because it's never was before.
Right.
And of course, I just got down there, so I didn't know these new young kids just came into the system. They didn't know. So I goes, all right, I'll tell you what, let's take this outside. We'll talk about it outside. All right. So I bring my tray, sit down with the white guys at the white table. Everybody's like, Danny, everything all right? I'm like, yeah, everything's good. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I didn't tell anybody, but just transpired. So I eat my food. I stand up, and don't you know, the whole fucking king table stands up too. So I'm like, motherfucker, here we go. I bring my tray up. Now, I don't want to hook off or get hooked off in the chow hall because I want to get it in.
Right.
If I'm going to get it in, my attitude was like, let's rock. Like, fuck me up or I'm fucking someone up.
Right.
Because you know, that's just how it is. I'm going to the box anyway. I'm probably going to get a DU ticket or get my head kicked in. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But you're not going to disrespect me.
Fact.
So I walk out the chow hall door, and they all follow behind me. We walk down the pathway. I turn around. They surround me. So I'm surrounded by 5 of them.
Yeah.
These kids are like 22, 23 years old, and they're exerting their authority around the medium Jew.
Right.
And I'm like, what's up? What's the problem? So the kid, this big kid, his name, they Googled by Monkey.
Yeah.
What up, Monkey? So Monkey says, yo, you cut through the king table. And he pressed my chest like that. As soon as he did, I cracked him. Boom. Dropped him. You know, we all started fighting. I was getting kicked, punched from all directions.
Yeah.
White guys are walking by me, not doing nothing. And I just had this on top of this kid, grounding, pounding the shit out of him.
Right.
And I was getting kicked from every direction. But I will say I did not go down.
Yeah.
5-on-1.
I heard, dude, that
and I dropped 2 of them.
Yeah. Stead all 10 toes the whole fight.
I didn't. It wasn't even about like being a tough guy or anything, but like it was unnecessary. So we all go to the box. Okay. I actually went to the outside hospital. I had a knot on my eye like this, and they were concerned about it. Yeah. I did have I had a good knot.
Yeah.
None was broken or anything. It was no big deal. So I go to the hole. In the hole, they put me and then 5 of them right next to each other. All of a sudden, I get all these messages. They send it down, you know, K2, Suboxone to me. Yo, Danny, man, we didn't know who you were. You didn't have to do that. And I'm like, well, what the fuck did you expect me? You need to talk to me like that. Right. Disrespect, pointing at you. Like, so we all went to the max together.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, we shipped this right up there.
Didn't you open the max? Like, you were one of the first people that came to SBCC, right?
Yeah. From Walpole, I was in that. They came in at about 3 a.m. with machine guns and buses.
Yeah,
and the Max Sousa Baranowski Correctional Center.
Right.
You know, they named it after a cop that got murdered.
Right. Exactly. 2 cops that got murdered. Sousa and Baranowski, 2 different cops. But yeah.
They did.
Yep.
So they opened the prison, named it after. So they had an attitude, you know, when they opened that prison, and times were different. Like, they hated us. They fucking hated us. And honestly, we fucking hated them too. Man. We did, Matt.
Word, bro. I bet.
And every time them doors cracked, a cop was getting fucked up.
Yeah. And
it was every time the doors cracked on the way to the chow hall, cops would be posted up here, there, and you literally would have to walk around them. Yeah. And they were getting dropped left and right. COs were getting fucked up, and they were fucking us up. Yeah. And it was like it was a war zone. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah, I remember.
I had a lot of hatred towards them, and they created that by doing that, by acting that way, coming in with move teams, you know, cuff up, fuck you, get the fuck away from my door, because for no reason.
And you know what's crazy about Massachusetts DOC is that I feel like these are all recurring things, because double bunking comes and they're doing the same shit, and it's like the same things going on. You know what I mean? Go ahead,
Matt. You really want to know what I think about?
Yeah,
from my perspective, and absolutely. I could be wrong. And I don't advocate violence, and that is not the way. Prison's not cool. There's nothing cool about being in prison. Nope. And anybody's watching, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just talking about my experience going through prison.
Absolutely.
And I'm lucky I survived it. It was a different world. But anyways,
yep.
What was the question, Matt?
So they have reoccurring themes going on, right? So it was like a war zone when they were moving everybody from the Walpole to the Max, right? But then they do it again during Double Bunk when they moved everybody from Walpole to the Max. Like,
you know what? The biggest gang in the world is that fucking that CO union. You know, I honestly believe that they fucking push people's buttons on purpose, intentionally, to get media, to get funding, to get raises. When they're instigating shit, like, it's not us. We mind our business. We don't disrespect them. They'll come in and fuck with shit for no reason. Throw your family's picture in the toilet. A fucking toothbrush,
rip your clothesline down,
rip your
clothes in the toilet, shit like
straight, like some bitch shit, and just being a gentleman, say, hey, do you mind taking that line down?
Right.
You know, the
respect goes a
captain's
long
coming
way.
around.
You know what
no
I mean?
problem, officer. You got that. But you want to come down and rip shit down? You know what you're doing. And I believe that that a lot of times when there's been assaults, it's been that was an orchestration type thing.
Absolutely.
And instigated, and that was to get them media coverage and whatever their angle there was so that it was one-sided story, their story, not the real story, what really fucking happened.
Right, absolutely.
You know?
And that's what we're here to do today, is just tell those real stories, bro. Tell you exactly how it really is, because, like, for real, it's important.
Like, Matt, when this was going down in the Max, I got 5 years in DDU when it was a sensory deprivation unit. During all that, there were some upset lifers. My friend Sonny, God bless you, doing life sentence, killed a correctional officer in Rhode Island. He shipped in the Walpole. He was in the move with us, went to the Max, and we were talking about, we're not taking this shit. He sat at my table, and you know, he got a knife, and we walked to happy hour. And he stabbed the superintendent in the chest right next to me.
Right during happy hour.
Yeah, well, I got a conspiracy. I got 5 years in DD. I got 10 years. Allegedly, I passed him the knife or whatever. Handed him the knife, and he stabbed him. And so God bless Sonny, because
that's the type of work that needs to be done sometimes, bro. And like that's where people get it twisted, right? So yeah, this dude stabbed the superintendent, but what was going on to make a man take that extreme measures?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was like, they created they were fucking beating us up, coming with the move team. I went through it for years. They'd come to my door, no reason. Suited up with the dog and their billy clubs, their shields, all that. Brunel, cuff up. Fuck you.
Right.
For what?
Right.
I'm not minding my business. Get the fuck out of here, just to harass me. And no, I was angry. I was angry. I didn't want to be fucked with. And so no, strip. Right. No, I'm not. Bring it.
Right.
They gas you. And you fight the move team. Charlie Chase, we all did.
Yeah.
Billy Dorsey, God bless you. This guy's doing life sentence. Chad, I love you, bro.
Yeah, Chad Connors, man. Like, again, I always got to bring him up, Chad.
Let's talk about Chad.
Serving a life sentence. So let's tell the story about you being in the paddy wagon with him. That's a good story, bro, because it gives the perspective of before and after, right? You're in the paddy wagon with Chad on the way to trial for murder.
I wasn't a paddy wagon, Matt. It was just a, DOC regular vehicle cop. It was him and I.
Yep.
I had caught a case for a fist fight I got into.
Yep.
And I was going to Clayton Court. He was going to Worcester Superior for a second-degree murder trial.
Yep.
And we rode the bus together on his last day of trial. Chad had nothing to do with the deading of Jimmy the Jew. That's a whole nother story.
Right.
But,
right, bro.
But he had nothing to do with, no knowledge of what happened. It could have happened to anybody. He pulled the curtain. Simply walked by, and that's what you do. Is
he saw a fight and went like this.
That's it. And kept it moving. Had no prior knowledge. And you know what? He only had a little bit of time left on his sentence at the time.
Less than 2 years.
Yeah. And they slammed him with a second-degree murder case, and there's not a violent bone in this guy's body. He doesn't get in the fights. He doesn't get involved in the violence. Very, very good kid.
Word.
And it's a shame that he got a second-degree murder for that, for pulling a fucking curtain. So he goes to court. While we're at the court, come back, Matt, and he says, I said, how'd it go? Everything, because he on the way to court, he was talking about his trial, how things
Yeah.
were going to me.
Yeah.
And he looked at me, he says, Danny, I just got a life sentence for pulling a fucking curtain. And I was like, oh my God, what do you say? Like, what do you say to a friend who that you know is a really good dude, has a really good heart, will give you the shirt off his back, doesn't have a violent bone in his body, and you know, somehow they got over on that one.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's so wrong because you and I both know what time it is.
Bro,
So
first of all, it's unnecessary, right? You just don't need to take a man's whole entire life to make a statement. You know what I mean? That's not justice. That's you on your own personal mission, right? Follow the fucking law. If somebody took a life, then you are there now able to take theirs and put him in prison, right? He didn't do a fucking thing, dude. Right? He pulled the curtain shut, and not for nothing, he was going home in less than 2 years, and he is just a dynamite kid that really wouldn't have ever been involved in something like that had he known. Like, he would have probably been on the rec deck hiding. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not like that.
He's not.
And just to see it happen at such a random fucking stupid thing like that, like, it's crazy. That's really heartbreaking. And I honestly, no bullshit, Danny, I cried the other night in my kitchen. I smoked a little weed, but like, yeah, I fucking got in my feelings because I'm thinking about how he's sitting in a cell right now, right? And there's guys that got out after really taking lives and shit. And they're wasting their life. They're throwing it all away, getting high, doing stupid shit. While this dude, who really probably would have made the most out of it,
absolutely,
and never would have did nothing to get back there, because you could tell he was like a citizen even in there. You know what I mean?
Chad is he changed his ways, and like I said, and you said he's totally wrong. If there's ever a conviction that was wrong or needed to be overturned or fixed, Chad Connor's case, that's the one, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
God bless you, Chad, man. It could happen to any one of us.
And even today, just to make it clear, right? He's sitting in his cell. He doesn't come out of his cell much. He stays on the phone. He's doing everything he's trying to do in order to get free, but he's suffering from serious, legitimate medical issues that I could only imagine how bad that is, because I've went through the medical issues and shit. And like, if you have serious medical issues, prison is not the place to be, because they will let you die. You will die there. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck. I was up there when Ricky Costa died from cancer, and Dr. Summers is walking by his cell like, he's like, help me. They're like, yeah, speak louder. What'd you say? Like, you know what I mean?
Wheelchair, like, you see,
So anyways, let's talk. Not to harp on that too much, but that's my guy, and I really just want to see him walk out those doors, and it's just so wrong, right? So, but you were with Ricky Costa and Dennis Day and all them guys, were you?
I was with them a lot of times. That during that time, they were in DDU when I was in Essex Block. So I didn't have a whole lot of interaction in the early 90s with Ricky Costa. Of course, I heard stories, but those guys had put in work and were in DDU, which, we don't have any they had no contact with anybody back then. It was a sensory deprivation unit, and they did some fucked up shit over there.
Let me ask you about this stuff, right? What about when the Southie Boyle beef started? Were you up there when that happened?
I was in RTU. The other DDU.
Okay.
I had a DDU case, so I missed that. I was there during a little bit of part of it in Walpole. When my boy Nick was up there. I'm trying to remember exactly how that went down. Oh, with you know who?
Her name?
Me, Jody. Jody did my sleeve. Jody.
Jody Olsen.
Salty.
Good dude. Doing a life sentence up there too.
Yeah, Jody, another guy that should be getting out. Hopefully, I'm trying to remember. Something popped off with one table. Things were different back then. It went by where you were from. I'm a Worcester guy, sat at the Worcester table, and there were white gangs, but we were considered pretty much a gang. Yeah. Worcester guys stuck with Worcester guys. Townie sat it there. Salty Salt there. Fall River here, and that's who you rode with. That was your car, and you acted. You kept your table in line. Anybody at your table, if they fucked up, you weren't on the table or probably in the jail,
right?
Because you got either fucked up shit out or whatever, however
so
it goes.
when
Different times.
when Skin Tight was going crazy, were you up there then?
I was also in DDU. I missed a whole bunch of shit because I've done,
Yeah,
you know,
it happens.
many years in DDU.
How many years did you do all together in DDU?
My first time I got 5 years. I wrapped up in like 38 months in DDU.
You went home from DDU.
I did go.
And that
home.
was your first bid in DDU?
That was my first bid. I had a 6 to 10 year sentence for a mass armed robbery I committed when I was a youngster, stupidly. And it was old law, and shit was real. I was real prison back then, you know.
So how about this, right? When you went to Old Colony, I heard a story about, and obviously I heard it pretty well. I talked about it on the video and shit, but like,
which one?
Jimmy Burns. Yo, tell me exactly what happened with Jimmy Burns and how that all went down.
All right, here's what happened, man.
Just make sure you talk it back.
All right, so I was playing cards with somebody. He was probably kicking my ass, I'm sure, and I was pissed. And I was having a bad day, and Burnsy was being an idiot, talking loud. I'm like, Burnsy, cut it out, man. I'm not in the mood. So he was aggravating me. He goes to chow. I go down to his cell. I take everything in his cell and I throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
So when he comes back to his cell, all his shit's on the floor. His mattress, all his fucking properties. I trashed his fucking cell. So I'm sitting at the table in the day room, and I know he's gonna walk by me, and I'm laughing to myself. Watch this reaction. And there was a couple other guys too, and because Burns could be an asshole.
Yeah,
you know
he's like a loudmouth.
He really could. Yeah, run his mouth.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there waiting for this reaction, and he starts, "Whoever did that's a fucking bitch." What? I did that. What's up? So I walked down. At the time, I was like 306 pounds, and I had heavy hands.
Yep.
And I didn't really mean to hurt him. And I smacked him, and broke his jaw. His fucking teeth flew out. And it was crazy. Not intentional. And he gave me a fucking DDU ticket for that shit.
They gave you a DDU ticket for an open hand smack?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They ended up, putting it on the shelf for me because I only hit him one time, but they told me Dan, you can't fight anymore. We're gonna give you automatic DDU.
How many times have you hit somebody one time and knocked them out cold? Do you think?
A lot.
A lot of times, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't advocate violence, but
yeah,
it's different. And I wasn't a bully in there, Matt.
No, I know you weren't a bully, bro. You were my guy. Me and you fucked around with each other. Like, you were my boy. Like, you were literally my brother in there. Like,
yeah, we had fun. And like, if you were out of line and you like disrespectful, man, you weren't getting away with it.
Fact.
So,
that's a fact. 100%.
And I would expect the same thing. If I disrespect someone, I know what's coming. Like, so it is what it is, you know.
There was a fight you lost, one fight, right? That I know of. What was that? Let's talk about your loss.
That I lost?
Real quick.
Remind me.
In Bridgewater.
When in the shower?
Yeah.
Oh, that kid, big Spanish kid, man. That's right. We were in Bridgewater. Yeah.
Talk about that.
He gave me a run for my money, man. I think I was in a towel. The towel came off. I was a little uncomfortable because I was butterball naked fighting this fucking crazy fucking guy. He tried to. I think I cut him in the shower or something.
Yep.
But it's no big deal. They put you in the bird cage for an hour and let you back out in Bridgewater. It was mad wreck down there.
Bro, Bridgewater was probably the funniest place I ever did time. You could never stop laughing.
All they do is
hurt
fight
like a motherfucker just being there. Like, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude, I love that place, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go and like say like the best time to go to Bridgewater is when you're in DDU.
Oh yeah.
Because you go from sitting in a solitary confinement cell to fucking walking around a regular prison with a bunch of girls that some of them are pretty hot. Some of them are pretty hot. You know what I mean? And they'll give you some fucking time of the day sometimes. You know what I mean? And then you got canteen. You could buy the full canteen, sugar, whatever you want. You know what I mean?
That was crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm here. How am I here?
Yeah, you go from nothing to just like a medium real quick. You know what I mean? So
doctor's like, I think you need a break because I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I got committed for a year.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Has there ever been a time, and I know this is kind of hard to talk about, these are the things that are like more emotional and stuff like that, but has there ever been a time feel free to say whatever, but where you felt like it was it, you couldn't do it no more, and you tried to take your own life?
Absolutely, yeah. I can remember. Actually, it was when I got committed to Bridgewater State Hospital.
Okay.
I had a bad phone call with my daughter. Actually, were you in the hole with me, or was it your brother when that happened?
But yeah, I was in the hole with you.
Are you the one who
I
banged
was
on the door?
Yeah, I was booting the door. I screamed on
I
the
hung it up.
captain.
I did.
Yeah.
I had a couple bad phone calls with her. I was really depressed. I had done a whole shitload of seg time, and the stress was eating at me about my kids out there. I had no control. I couldn't do anything to help them and or guide them in the right direction. And I didn't obviously like the way what I was hearing on the phone. And my whole life's been I want things my way. I've always things can't always go Danny's way. I'm learning this now.
Right.
It doesn't, the world doesn't work that way. But yeah, I felt really guilty as a father and having a daughter in prison and a son. And so, yeah, I hung myself. I wanted to die. Literally, I did not want to. I felt so guilty. I don't forget exactly what the issue was. And
yeah, I started booting the door, man. I mean, for me that time, like I just it was a situation where I knew that you weren't playing. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think it was a stunt or something where you were just trying to like get a move out of there to go to the Bridgewater or something like that.
No.
And I could tell like the vibe was different. And then all of a sudden you just went silent. And so I'm like,
yeah, you saved my life actually, Matt, because I was done. Like I was out. They dragged me out of the cell. I don't know.
Yo, that's crazy, dude. That's really crazy, bro. Because they were taking so long. They were waiting at the door. They weren't trying to go in. And but even before that, like just to get their attention, I was booting the door. And finally the sergeant came over and I'm like, hey, I was like, go check on my fucking friend down there because I think something's going on, whatever. Yeah. And then when they got there, they were just knocking, you weren't answering and shit. And the dude was just standing there. So I fucking did it again. Same thing, booting. And I said, if he dies, it's going to be a long fucking night for you motherfuckers.
You did do that.
Yeah.
You did. Actually, everybody on the tier was, from what I remember, kicking their doors and fucking all that shit. So, thanks to the guys that, that didn't happen. They did commit me to Bridgewater State Hospital. It's embarrassing to admit that. I was dealing with some real mental health shit, and that guilt will eat you up being in prison. I love my daughter, and unfortunately, I haven't been the best father, role model.
Those are the things that are tough to talk about, but a lot of people go through, man. And they say like, oh, it's weak. Okay, well, how about this, dude? I fucking strung it up too, bro. But you know what though? At the time, I thought I was doing this so that because my mother would never stop fighting. You know what I mean? She would tear that system down from the fucking top to the bottom. And I'm thinking, this is what's gonna happen. And I was so tired of the way they were treating us. And I thought I was just being like, I was gonna take one for the team and that, set my mother on a mission or something. But how selfish is that? You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't care about my own life so much that I figured, fuck it, I'll make the DOC pay hell through her, or and that's wicked fucked up, bro.
Yeah, it's a selfish thing to do. But on the other side of that, we go through a lot in there, man. Like it's not fucking. We don't get three hearts in a car. It's not like that. Like yeah, you get it, but it's fucking not easy being away from your family and watching people grow around you and not being part of that. You have a bad day and you fuck up, you crash out there, do a stick, whatever the fuck it is, because you're all fucked up and doing drugs. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And you don't give a fuck because society don't give a fuck.
Right.
So fortunately, we're here doing what we're doing and working with people in the community, trying to change that stigma and help guys like me and you, Matt, make it out here.
Absolutely. And this is the thing though, when you have a bad day in there, it's not the same as having a bad day out here. You don't get to like walk outside, get some fresh air, maybe call whoever. Sometimes you can't even get a call at all. You'll be in the box. You'll be somewhere you can't even use the phone. And if the cops come in there, they can take your day and make it whatever they feel like. So if they're having a bad day, now you're going to have their bad day for them. And it's going to be like, they can take you out of your cell, put you in the box for some bullshit, take all your property, leave it down there till 11 o'clock at night, make it so, you know what I mean? It's just like everything's out of your control in prison. You know what I mean? Like you just have to ride and take it as it comes. And you know, sometimes that shit gets to be a lot. So that's sometimes what happens. You know what I mean? You fucking go through some crazy shit, but like it could get really, really dark. You know what I mean? Like there's been times it got really fucking dark in there. Many years in solitary confinement. And as you go along those years in confinement, like your head can get twisted up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you start thinking crazy shit, you know?
It happens, man. And
what was the longest time you ever did at one stretch in DDU?
That 5-year sentence was it.
5 years was the longest?
It was the longest. And then I got a couple more after that. I got 2 years here, 2 years there in a case. I had to bail out when I wrapped my sentence up for a fist fight in the yard. Guys stab people in there. They don't even get fucking DDU. Like,
What's going on, sucks. Man? What's going on, everybody in the chat, man? We have like 55, 60 guys here a little bit. So I appreciate everybody for showing up and spending this time with us. If you can, please hit the like button. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Plenty of fire content coming. I'm working on the next documentary already. So, you know, Billy, the one that we just did with Billy, me and Billy, that shit's fire, man.
Yeah, like, that's fire. Check that out, man.
Yeah, a lot of work went into it, a lot of thought, you know what I mean? A lot of driving around, fucking almost a week of filming, like many, many hours of filming. I had to, you know, chop it up, edit it out, and do it in a way that, you know, fit Billy's profile of his channel and shit like that. But like, you know, that was a really great experience too, you know, not for nothing, going from just having, you know, that everything that's happened in my past up until now, and then, you know, seeing the way things are changing and like having that little bit of hope and shit like that is a good feeling, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Especially you start seeing a little bit more money come in from it. You start seeing, you know, recognition, people knowing you in the streets. Like I walk around, people are like, yo, the W, you'll see it in the thing a little bit. You know, I cut some of them out. There was a few of them, but like that's it, you know. You become a public person, almost like Andre Norman. Like I can't. That still shocks me how that dude was really telling the truth like that.
He's the real deal.
He was not capping at all.
He's not capping. And shout out to Dre. You changed your life, and you did what you had a vision, and you did what you said you were gonna do. And that takes a lot of balls and work, and a lot of hard work, commitment. Congratulations on that, Dre, man. I respect and love you, bro.
Yo, and fortune favors the fucking brave. Tell me not, dude, right?
So they say.
Yo, the dude was a serious motherfucker in there.
Very.
And now he's a serious motherfucker on YouTube. I mean, really, he is like a big fucking personality.
He's doing his thing. Like like I said.
And that just goes to show you could really come from any background, and really, if you put your mind and your heart into something, you can fucking do whatever you want, bro. Yeah. Like it takes a lot of work, a lot of teaching yourself, a lot of effort. But like, shit, look at me. Look what I did, bro. I was a little fucking nutcase, dude. And like, you know, he was shocked, probably. Like, he wouldn't tell me like how shocked, probably like, man, but like I'm different. You know?
Yeah, you are. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Coming from there and coming out here, and watching you evolve. And you know, I still don't really know a whole lot about the social media shit, but I'm learning in it, and it's a really good experience.
Yeah, dude.
Congratulations, man. I see you grinding, man, working so hard.
Oh, yeah.
This is what's up, man.
And you know what? Shit. There's so many other guys out there watching that are fucking going through some crazy shit, getting a lot out of it. So that's important to me. So that really means a lot. And, you know, but as far as what we got coming, right? Like, and how we're doing it, Danny, why don't you talk a little bit about what it was like walking out of prison from a solitary confinement cell after being in there for years?
Oh my God. So back then they had black nets over the cages. You open a cage, you had black nets. You had no sunlight or anything like that. It's now considered inhumane to treat a human being that way, and it's different. But coming out of there, and you know, you don't have any smells, you're not seeing anything but a white brick wall around you. Everything's concrete in there. The bed's made of concrete slab. The chair's a concrete slab coming out of the ground. It was a very overwhelming sensory overload. Colors, the green, the leaves. I remember driving on the street and my fucking heart was in my chest, just smelling like fucking fresh grass and people. Yeah, I had to go to the hospital and get medicated because I was fucking not very comfortable at all. It was extreme overload. It wasn't a good experience at all.
How long did you last in the streets after that?
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
The first time, 5 weeks to the day.
What happened that ended up setting you back?
Doctor had prescribed me Klonopin for my anxiety, and I was in my feelings or whatever. Started drinking, and I took the whole fucking bottle. Next thing you know, I stole a car, and I went and did some stick ups. Went and got a gun. Got into a chase with the cops. It was fucking it was a shit show. And I crashed the car, got arrested by the Worcester PD for mass armed robbery, and that's how it went. I got a 7-year sentence for that.
And you went back up top for 7 more?
I went back up top for 7 more. I got a 5 to 7, served every day to 7, and I wrapped up out of DD once again with a case for a fist fight in the yard from this punk ass wannabe AB guy.
Yo, talk about that. What happened?
Oh man, we were in the block. And everybody's talking shit about this dude. The dude was a real asshole. He's from New Hampshire. He's out of stater, and he had drugs, and he wasn't sharing with the right people.
Oh, I was there. I was there for that.
Were
Not watching, but I was in the facility. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, some guys were talking about smashing him out or taking his packets. I don't fucking know. But I said, you know what? I'm sick of hearing this shit. I'm gonna go to the yard and handle this right now. Because I just was sick of hearing about it.
Word.
So I went
Everybody's
to the yard
talking.
and called him out in the middle of the yard, and we fought. I broke my hand first shot. It was not good. But
Fought's an understatement, dude. You fucking crushed his face and fucking stomped on his head. He's jumping off the picnic table onto his head.
Yeah. So
Danny's
going up the wreck there. Danny, stop! You're gonna kill him. That's all I heard in the background.
Yeah.
The cops ain't coming in the yard till I was finished.
Danny's a humble guy, as you can see, right? He doesn't like to, brag about his stories and shit.
There's nothing about it.
Yeah, you're right. There isn't.
And
definitely not.
I just feel bad about the people that I've gotten fights with. Some of them probably didn't deserve it, and it's something I struggle. I feel guilty about. But
talk about one that you think might not deserve it.
Oh man, I really don't want to talk about that.
Okay, you don't have to.
I don't know, like, I don't know how to even like the Stinger dude. That was fucked up how we did that, but
I don't know. Putting the stinger in his mouth. Yeah, yo, that shit was so fucking, funny. Yo, it
was so funny. It's only if you knew the guy,
the Goomba,
and he was down for it. Like, he was with it.
Word.
Put the stinger in your mouth. I dare you. He looked like kind of like Uncle Fester, and it was so
little
fucking,
head. Yeah, like a little peanut head, dude. He looked like a Goomba, bro. Hey, that was a funny fucking thing.
Oh
man,
up,
man.
I can't he did it twice too.
Yo, that's funny. I didn't know he did it more than once, but that is fucking classic. Yeah, it was funny. But things like that, I guess I would feel bad. You know what I mean? Because we were around some people with, they weren't all together in the head.
In that block, yeah.
Yeah. But when they came down for me in that block, like, man, I were you there when that happened? I was about to go home that bid, and they came down and they were doing a shakedown. I had pills and a razor blade, but I ended up swallowing all the pills, right?
Yep.
I took all the pills because they had that dude's TV in my cell.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it, right?
Yeah.
So I have his TV in my cell, and I'm worried. If they take his TV, at the time they were confiscating anything that wasn't yours. You know what I mean? So if it didn't have your W number on it, they're like, "Yup, taking it."
I do remember that.
Holding it in property.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So they come in, they hit the first like 4 or 5 cells, right? And then they jet across the block and they fucking go right to my cell. and like they
Funny
tricked
shit,
me. You know what I mean?
man. Yeah.
Like they were coming after me for a reason. They thought
Yeah.
I had something, right? Which I did. I had some shit,
Right.
but fucking I had the pills in my sock. But I'm thinking about the TV because I had already taken Klonopin, so
Yeah.
I'm already beaned out,
Right.
and I'm not thinking about the fucking stupid pills in my sock. And so they're strip searching me. I'm thinking also because they had a woman there, and it was like unusual. She was standing in the back of the crowd,
Right.
and I'm thinking, you know, they're strip searching me. There's like a female in the back. I have all these things going through my head. I take my sock off, and the fucking pills hit the floor, and I'm like, oh shit. Right in between me and the Ip dude. You know him too. He was the P2 block cop back in the day, and I forget the motherfucker's name. I always forget it, but either way, right? He looked at it and I looked at it. And then I looked at him and I was just like, I went down, I grabbed him and I threw it in my mouth and I turned around and I was like chewing him to swallow him and shit. And he tried to fish hook me. So I fucking put my arm up underneath his and I just went boom, you know?
Yep.
And I pulled him over me and I got on my knees and I said, I'll get on my knees myself. You know what I mean? I got this, you know what I mean? And fucking dude just tried to stick his finger in my mouth. You know what I mean? So I was like, what? Boom, body slammed him, dude. And fucking dude,
that was a big
me.
ordeal. Yeah, I remember
dude.
the whole block was going off on that one.
Hey, dude,
hey, Maddie, get him.
Yo,
that was funny.
Then they dragged me upstairs,
fucking
dude.
Maddie.
Yo, that shit was crazy. They dragged me upstairs. They put me in a fucking suicide watch cell.
Oh,
so I started going crazy. Take me out these fucking 4 points because they tried to. I told them I swallowed a razor blade.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to get taken off my medication.
Right.
So I get up there and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to X-ray you and all that shit."
Yeah.
So they got these fucking handcuffs and shackles around me and shit. And I'm like, "Take me out these 4 points right the fuck now. I don't want to be in them." They're like, they have my social worker, or the clinician come up and see me, Deborah. And if you're watching, Deborah, if you ever watch, just know that you're a shitty, horrible clinician and person. You suck at life. You went from being a nice person to getting control of the RTU and having some power and becoming a fucking cunt, right?
Yep.
Probably one of the most stupid bitches I ever met in my life.
She was diabolical, that fucking bitch.
She kept me locked in my cell for 3 months before I went home on AA status. 3 months in a fucking so-called mental health block because I couldn't get it. You know, I was saying dumb shit, all stuff that wasn't even worth the ticket. She decided to tell the cops to keep me locked in.
No, Matt, that was all over her TV.
Yo, word, bro. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. But that night, dude, it was the TV.
Couldn't just let you live with the fucking TV.
Yeah, yep. You would bundle me, have me up in the
HSC. Better to do, right?
Dude, I started smacking my face off the wall. Fucking dude, when they finally did take me out of the 4 points, I said, fuck it. I was so fucked up. I took 10 baclophens, 10 Neurotins, and a bunch of Klonopin, 6
I'm
milligrams.
Sorry you went through that, bro, man.
Yeah, dude, it is what it is, you know?
That's
you know what it is now? I went through all that so that I could tell entertaining stories to these people now, right? That's good.
Well,
I'll take the payoff.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'll take the payoff.
Hey,
fucking whatever, dude. You know, we experience things in life and they have to be worth something, bro. There's value to everything.
Why not?
You know, every experience has value, every experience has a lesson. And I went through a massive amount of trauma and bullshit, but I brought a lot of it onto myself.
You did.
Drug addiction, impulsive actions, and shit like that. You know, wanting to impress the people around me, like, you know, you know, there was times like I did shit to impress you. Like I fucking like you were like, oh, you gas motherfuckers up. You like to gas dudes up.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, don't try to deny. Right? So I come back to the block. I got some pink dope, and it's definitely not real. Like it's fucking like bullshit. I did it anyways. So I'm like, yo, Danny, this dude tried to sell me some of the pink. He's like, oh yeah, you got to go to the yard and handle that.
But you do.
Yo, you do have to, right? But it's like there's other options. Maybe you can write him a kite and be like, "Hey, what is this?"
Well, you some big shit. Like,
yo, word, yeah. It was one of those things you got to handle.
I was not gassing you up, man. It's just
he was telling me the way it is, right? And I'm
short.
Word, I had
to go to the yard with you, right?
You said I'll be there with you. For real.
Fuck
Yeah, you were right there with me saying I'll come with you. For sure. You definitely weren't one to preach and not be there, you know what I mean? Yeah. For sure. But you know,
I'm sorry if I gas you up.
No, man, it is what it is, bro. Like, yo, I had a lot of good times with you, Danny, man.
Yeah,
and
we had some
and there was times, you know, when it was funny because you had the younger Worcester guys that looked up to you so heavy and shit. But like, remember Drew Halfpenny? He's out here. Yo, he's out here doing his thing, man. Like, I don't want to say his new like last name and shit, like, but he's really like doing his thing out here. you know, his parents like were like rocket science and shit. Like he had a fucked up life, but he ended up in prison from addiction. But like the reason why I'm bringing it up, it's mad funny because I remember it was me, Jesse, and Drew and like a bunch of other guys. But he's like, you know, I think I can take you, Danny. He's like warming up the left, he's throwing his left and shit. He's like, let's wrestle. And he's like, all right, let's wrestle. And then like fucking Drew starts like trying to wrestle Danny, but like Danny's just standing there and Drew can't even like move you or budge you. And I was just like laughing, like this is weird. This is getting weird. Like, yo, Danny's like, oh, you want to fuck around? Like fucking bundles ass real quick, dude. Yeah. Like that shit's fucking that just
we made the best of it.
Yep,
right?
Absolutely.
We did. We had some good times wrestling in the cell and fucking all that shit.
Dude, we used to have pig piles in the cell, dude. Like big old wrestling matches, dude. Like I remember one time Boo Boo was me, Boo Boo, and like all the guys in P2.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick was in that one, but like we had these crazy wrestling matches where all the white dudes would be drunk, shit face, fucking shit house wrestling each other and shit.
Oh yeah. You get out of line sometimes, but nothing good ever became of us drinking.
No, guys would
always get fucked up.
Yep.
The whole block would lock in. White guys are drunk.
Yo,
they're drinking. Everybody's locking in.
Even back then, right? Back in Walpole, back in the 90s and shit. What was drinking like back then?
All right, you could smell the liquor walking down the hallway to the block.
Yep. It was similar.
I was a young kid, and I knew how to make homebrew. So the big TV boxes we had back then, toilet paper.
Yep.
All the toilet paper would go, the big box of toilet paper. Yep. And I put trash bags in there and steal concentrate from the kitchen. And that was my job. They sold sugar. Yeah. Back then, you walked to the canteen and got canteen. There was cans. Cans of They didn't come in pouches. They were smoking. You walked to the canteen and literally said, I want this, that, pack of cigarettes, some bubble gum, 3 tunas, 2 mackerels, and 4 Coca-Colas.
Right.
In a can.
It was like going to the store.
And they had a cash register, and they charged it to your account. However the fuck they did it. There was no computers back then.
Yeah.
But you could just walk down there and purchase things from the canteen. It was a lot different.
But they sold sugar and shit like that?
They sold all that, sugar,
And that's how you made the booze?
Yep.
Damn,
they sold sugar cubes, Domino, the box.
Real sugar cubes.
And if you were a kitchen worker, they had these milk bags. The big milk bags?
Yeah.
Well, they had them concentrate, orange juice and grapefruit juice concentrate.
Ooh, that's some fire right there.
Fire. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times shit exploded under my bed from blowing up,
Not
boom,
boom. Yeah.
Wake up the whole block like a bomb went off.
Yo, that shit really is loud, bro. Oh, yeah. I remember one night I fell asleep with a bottle that it was still cooking a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we were using the orange slices. The little gummy stuff in there would stay in the booze a little bit. And it would still cook.
Because there's a lot of sugar in that.
But it would be all the way done tasting. You know what I mean? But still be cooking because that stupid jelly in the bottom. You know what I mean? It was just nonstop. But that shit would get strong, bro, right? And I drank half the bottle, and it was one of those like water bottles that could expand. It had like all the little wrinkles in it, so like
those blows up.
Yeah. So, dude, it must have been blowing up like that for hours, dude, right?
Hissing.
Yo, I didn't even know what it was doing, dude. All of a sudden, I just wake up. It was like boom, right?
Yeah.
Dude, there was still all the booze in the bottle, didn't like fizz out or anything like that, but you could see like smoke almost coming out. It was like condensation or something like coming out the top of it. The fucking cap, I couldn't even find it. The shit just blew off and went somewhere, dude, and it sounded like a gunshot. And I woke up, I was like, oh shit, what was that? I look over at the bed and I was shithoused.
How about the guys that make moonshine out of that shit? They make these contraptions out of this, that, and the other thing, and they let it drip down. It's pure alcohol.
Yup.
And you can buy a clear, buy a peanut butter jar full of that for $50
bucks.
Get rocked.
Yeah. Those are the times, man. I used to like drinking though. Drinking was my thing when we were locked up. When I first got in there, like a lot of the good stories come from being drunk.
Oh yeah, there's a million of them. You try to stay fucked up the whole time you're in there. If you want to be, I mean, who
different?
I need an escape. Any drug you get your hand. For me, if I could get my hands on drugs, I would do it. And there was times when I gave up my last soup for a fucking piece of Suboxone, being sick and all that shit. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, I was the first in at the max to get Suboxone.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I came to the block and I'm like, yo, they're going to dose me. Jerry's like, nah. Chad's like, nah. I'm like, yeah. Gotta be, yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yep. I came down. I actually brought one back, a whole one.
No way.
Yeah, I
They
did.
didn't
I
rush
broke
it
the
or
whole
nothing?
block off. Yep.
Hell
Busted it
yeah.
down. Yep.
And
They're
so
like,
how
holy
did that
shit. And
even
then I had filed a lawsuit on it because so many people, addicts and friends of mine were getting out of prison and using and overdosing. And there was no type of re-entry program for drug addicts.
happen?
And we were losing a lot of good guys
Yup.
to drug addiction.
Yup.
So, I wrote letters and I was on my own little mission, similar to your mission that you had. And somehow I ended up in Bridgewater, actually the old colony, and talking to the doctor, and they're like, you know what? I think that we can do this. I'm going to bring it before this person, that person, and they actually went for it.
Word, bro.
Yeah, I went back to the max, and they did it before I get out. My last 30 days, I was the first one to get that shit, and yeah, it probably saves a lot of lives.
Did it save yours? Did it help you?
Absolutely, it did.
I mean, you're here today.
I'm here today. I don't take Suboxone or methadone anymore. I'm clean.
How did you do that? How did you get off all that?
Matt, I didn't like who I was. I finally got tired of it. And I have some hardware in my neck. I broke my back, and I deal with a lot of pain issues. But I can't make excuses. I need to be human, and I can't be numbing my feelings because I'm not the same person.
Right.
And although it's a form for me of self-medication, and I want people to know who I really am, and I want to be that person. I don't want to be somebody that's not feeling.
Yeah.
I
like who you are now, man. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No bullshit. I mean, you were kind of this similar dude when we were locked up.
Yeah.
I mean, but obviously there's the rules of the prison and
the
atmosphere, the climate, and nobody's trying to do better. You know what I mean?
No.
So we were all just on some shit. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it was different for sure. But I think that the person I see out here right now in front of me is ready to climb to the top with me, dude. Like, for real. We're about to go to the top. You guys have no idea. I am not stopping until I am fucking YouTube in the ass.
That's
with
what's
no
up.
lube. You know what I mean?
No
Straight
lube.
spanking that shit. Wow. Right? Fuck YouTube in the ass, right? Hey, we're gonna crush this shit, dude, all the way to the top, dude. Right? There's no stopping it, man. Like, I just want to do what I really want to do is I want to make something, create something. Like I said, even in the documentary, you're gonna have to go watch that. If you haven't watched it,
check it out.
Check
Did
it
a
out.
great job.
All the way to the end.
We were all over the Cape.
And Boston.
Yep.
All over. You know what I mean? But yeah.
You and Billy did a good job on that one.
Yeah, you too. I mean, you was my camera guy here for some of it, and a lot of work went into it. A lot of thought, but for what the end result is really what matters, and like I feel like it really came out really good.
Same.
So
excellent. Yeah. Good job, man.
And we're gonna continue to do that. Better, get better and better. You know what I mean? Each one just get more and more fucking better gear. First of all, better cameras, better everything. We're getting the shoulder straps to, whatever, all that to just steady the cameras, just everything that we can do. Gimbals, they're called them, or gables, or whatever the heck they're called. But I got 2 fucking fire Sony cameras on the way, fucking $5,000 worth of cameras. Like, we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, legit shit. And we're both. I hope Danny can get permission. I think we should be set. But I'm gonna go to New York soon. We'll go to the 5 Points. And we got some guys I've been talking to that we're in the Westies, and my boy DVS, and we're gonna hit some spots down there and do a little documentary. I haven't even talked to him about that yet, but I will. But we're gonna do some fire shit, bro. And I'm already working on one with Day Heat. It's halfway done. I'm waiting for Jason Sherman.
That's fire. You guys gotta see that, man. You'll love that.
Yup, that's a dope one, bro. Real
Shout out
dope.
to Day Heat, man.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Day Heat, man. Day Heat's a great dude, bro. I didn't even realize what kind of substance this man had behind him.
No, he's highly intelligent, and he's on a mission to change and do, and he's focused, and congratulations on that, to come out of come from the bottom, rise up, man.
Working with kids in the Special Olympics.
Special Olympics, that was amazing. That was so cool.
That shit melted my heart to see that. No bullshit. I'm a grown ass fucking man. Like, seen some crazy shit in my life, and like I see that, and I'm like, damn, man. That shit makes you think, dude. Like,
that was really
life
special.
And how lucky you really are in life. You know what I mean? But like they're just amazing people, too. But yeah, I just think it's great. And we're out of time tonight, guys. If you would like to support the podcast, the Cash App and the PayPal is running along the bottom. I do need the bigger we get, the more money we need to keep this going. Like, so every single little bit counts. I'm not sitting here begging you for it. Don't get that twisted, right? I'm asking you to help me so that I can bring you better shit, but also because this is a lot of work. And it's a lot of time.
He works his ass off, man. I see it. I'm here.
Nonstop, literally.
Nonstop.
And it's hard for me even to keep friendships. Everything is very difficult. So I do the best I can. And it's good to have, two people that are my friends, keeping your circle tight, that don't take it personally when I can't even pick up the phone because I'm literally editing from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? The next day. And then doing it again the next day, like every day. And then, when I'm not doing that, I'm on missions filming, you know what I mean? Or we're live or we're recording the interviews and I'm editing it. Like, it's just a nonstop, but I love doing it. Like, this is my passion. This is what I like doing. So we're just going to continue doing it, bro, and fucking make it worth it, But if you want to support, that's how you do it. You can Cash App or send a PayPal. I'll check right now to make sure nobody did it while we were live. And I don't need to salute or shout anybody out. No, they did not. But I will tell you that the other day, and I'll get to some of your comments and questions real quick in a second, but I will tell you that the other day, a bunch of people did. And I don't remember, but I remember Karen and Jesse sent me $10 and Karen sent me $11. And like, there was a few people that did, and that's very appreciated. So thank you very much for that. Other than that, yeah. I'm going to get to some of these questions in the chat, these comments. Alex Jones, man, got a CDL class for free from a reentry program. When I was released, it was a game changer. There's messages that are retracted from Global Media Inc. I don't know if you're retracting your own message, but I'm going to go up there and read it real quick. I don't know what the fuck it's saying. Learn the tricks to the trade later, fellas. Okay. Learn the tricks to the trade. Yeah, that's what we're doing, my friend. Yes, sir. Let's go. Dylan. What's up, man? Dylan, Alex, Tyler, OG Jamaican. What's up, man? The real Cat Dashians. G Dubkin, man. Always a pleasure to have you here. Low Red Eyes, always a pleasure. There's so many of you that don't really comment and shit, but John Seeks, Christian,
shout out to Worcester,
GVM, yep, salute to Worcester, salute to Cape Cod, all my guys from Worcester, the Cape, all my guys from Boston,
love it out here, it's great.
Fact, Cambridge, Southie, Charlestown, all the greatest spots, you know what I mean? All my C-Town guys, you know what I mean? John and everybody, he's going through a little bit of a tough time and shit with the mental health and social media. Hopefully he gets everything worked out. I'll be praying for him for sure. I'll be praying for everybody who's watching this podcast, man. And I'll actually say a prayer with you guys right now. Because I think that it's important, man. If you put God first, a lot of these things will come to you as well. And life can get so much better, man. Life can just get really, really good. It just takes a lot of hard moments. It takes a lot of dark days, a lot of lows, to reach the high that you want to reach. You know what I mean? Because it's only that good when you get there because of those lows. You know what I mean? It's only that good when you get there because of all the shit that you went through. You know what I mean? All the days in solitary make all these days I could just walk right out the front door and go meet somebody that much better. And it puts it into perspective for me because I know the different realities that can exist in this world. And there's so many different realities that can exist in this world. Don't get that twisted. You could walk by somebody on the street. You don't know what that person is going through. Always be nice to somebody because you just don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what they've been through. And, what you say matters sometimes. Like you can really say something that could change someone's day for the better or for the worse. Why, if we could all just figure out how to make someone's day better or do those little things to try to make someone's day better every day. I mean, if we all did it, we'd all be having better days. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is, life gets crazy and we don't always mean everything we say or do too. You know what I mean? Things come off wrong,
That's so true.
And especially being in prison and being an ex-con and shit, like we come out here, we got these fucked up attitudes. Relationships are terribly hard.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
You
a
know
lot
all
of work,
about that.
man. I do. It's a lot of work, man. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And you just got to do it and want it.
Yeah. My
It's
little
definitely
baby
possible
girl
doing it.
coming on, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, I have a little baby
He
girl
has a
on the
little
way.
6-month-old. Oh, she's 6 months
6 months
pregnant. I'm
pregnant.
sorry.
About to be 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I think she's 7 months pregnant at this point.
Is she?
She's getting
Got a
big.
baby on the way, man.
Winter
Congratulations,
Rose.
Maddie.
Yeah, thank you, brother. You already
Love
know,
that
man.
little girl, bro.
That little girl. I already have a little girl there. You know, she's not my blood though. You know, we're just gonna make it a little different. But Penelope is my favorite little girl in the world at this point, and I love her to death.
She's a doll. She's awesome.
She's precious.
Good kid, wicked, precious.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Matt.
Life is precious in general, dude.
It is.
And like again, like I told you the story about what happened when I moved in and I rented that room and the little baby.
Oh
like,
man, tragic.
When you see a baby that's 2 years old lose its life, you know, that can really happen, you know, and it's not fake. Like these things happen. Little children. If you're not careful, you have to be really on point when you have a kid and shit, right? And but it puts into perspective for you also. You know, you appreciate the life that's still here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if that little boy was loved a lot more while he was here, man, I just feel like I just think that woman was a bad mother. Fucking whatever. I said it, dude.
Hey,
here's what it is, bro. And I wish I could give kids like that like a better place to live. Like I wish I owned the world because I would do things so much different.
I'm sorry you went through that, man.
No, it's you know. God has plans for all this shit. You know what I mean? Like literally all these things that happen all along the way, and each little thing has its place and purpose. I really believe that. But I'm gonna say a little prayer with everybody that's here right now, man. Please, Lord, everybody who's watching my channel right now, everybody who is watching me and listening to my words right now, send blessings upon blessings down on them, man. Anybody who gets on their knees tonight and accepts you into their heart, Lord, show them tonight exactly what it means to be blessed by you and have the Holy Spirit walk with them in their heart and with them in their minds, and you know, guide us and protect us from evil, and forgive us from everything that we have put our parents and our friends and all these people that we have bumped into along the way, maybe with our fist or our shoulder or our feet, whatever it was, man. Like if we hurt somebody, please, Lord, put them in our path again so we can say sorry, make amends to them, and show them that was not what we meant by it. But everybody watching, please accept Jesus into your heart. Amen. And I think just
amen.
You know, I just appreciate everybody for watching. And if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe. For $2.99, that's $3 off your card. You could become a member to this channel. Not only will you get access to all this extra footage I'm about to put out there, which means the full exclusive interview that Billy did with my mother, right?
Fire.
Yo,
straight fire.
Word, bro. In all these different little clips, like there's a bunch of them. I you know, when we were down there at the beach talking,
yep,
I couldn't put half of the stuff in there. There's so much content that we just got. Like I couldn't put it all that stuff. Only the members get to see it. So for $3, you get to see shit that nobody else gets to see. Really good shit too. And I don't just put there's already tons of stuff up there. There's interviews that are fire. There's other videos that are fire. I mean, there's good shit up there. I put posts up that are only for members and that show pictures like beyond this, you know, real life stuff that, you know, personal pictures, things like that only paying members can see. But again, man, for everybody who showed up tonight, salute. I love you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Share these videos. Absolutely, Danny. Always a pleasure. Always an honor, man. Great guy. Billy guy, if you're watching, salute. Love you. Thank you for everything, man. Appreciate you. Oh, there's a member right there, bro. Alex, salute. I'm going to stay here I'm going to give it 1 minute, right? One more minute. That's 60 seconds from now. So if you want to become a member, super chat, whatever it is that you want to do, you would do it right now and support this podcast. And what I would do with this money, right, is I take all this money, anything that I don't have to spend on my family, anything that I don't need to buy food with, because let me tell you something, dude, like grinding all the time, full time for a podcast and things like this, you're not making buku money. I'm not doing this for the money at this point. Like if I was doing it for the money, I would have had to quit, right? I do security sometimes. Like I'm doing these odd jobs. Like my friend D got me this job. I actually did it the other night, working security, 2 till 2 in the morning, edit all day, work till 2 in the morning. Like
Right.
that's the schedule. So
Grinding it
like,
out, man.
yeah,
That's
no
what's up.
sleep, baby. But that's it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what it's all about,
That's what
bro.
it's about.
Like life,
It'll pay off. Hard
yo,
work
it
pays
will.
off, man.
Yo, it does. You know what I mean? It's already paying off, bro. Every time I see somebody and they say, bro, man, I seen this interview, bro, and it like changed me, man. Like or something like you inspire me, bro. Keep doing this, man. Like that's the payoff, bro. Right. But you know, there's so many other payoffs too. I mean, like it's rewarding in many ways. Oh, snap. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Dusty. Appreciate that. See that? I knew we sticked around for a good reason. You're the best, man. You're the best, man.
Thanks, Dusty.
And you can, if you click that super chat on reply, you hit reply and you'll see buy your own that's what you do. Hit that. You know what I mean? You could support somebody, support something. You know what I mean? Yeah. It really doesn't cost much and it's a big support. I mean, the cash apps are really great, much better because then I could take it, put it right in my savings. But this comes through YouTube. They beaten that a little bit, but you know what? It all helps. Every single bit helps, right? All of it. You know what I mean? Every single bit. I promise you that. And it all goes towards a good cause, right? So like I'm spending all my own personal money on gear to make this content better for you. You know what I mean? And that's a real fact. Like I'm not bullshitting about this. Story. Like I just took him to the store. We like 7 grand. Yeah. Really, it's like 7 grand. Yeah. You know what I mean? For the cameras and the things that we're getting, right? Yep. So the cameras that we're about to get for the podcast, whoo, fire, dude. Fire, bro. I can't wait. Yep, we're gonna do some amazing things with that shit, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? It ain't never stopping, bro. We're gonna find stories upon stories about guys coming out, changing, transforming their life around. Yeah. Just great documentaries, all that stuff. Yep.
Good shit.
Danny, is there anybody that you would like to shout out or salute before we go?
There is my sponsor, Dennis McLaughlin. Man, you saved my life more than twice or 3 times. I love you, man. You're a good role model. I appreciate you, brother. You've always been there for me. You've been a solid friend. We went to the Walpole together on the same bus way back in the day for the first time. You schooled me on the right way to move. And I love you, brother. Emily Fontaine lost her life. Dear friend of mine to this addiction. She had mental health issues, and that was a heartbreaking thing. God bless her. It's not a day or a minute that goes by that you're not on my mind. I love you so much, and I miss you so much. Mom, Dad, Ben, Rob, my brothers up in the sky. Love you. And,
facts. Everybody who lost their life, man. Yeah. Everybody who's not here to witness the transformation, they're up there to witness it. You know what I mean? They're looking down. Fact. I know that, and I believe that.
Also, you and Billy, thanks for helping me out in my situation.
Absolutely.
You know, it's great that I'm out here with you guys.
Absolutely, man. And
this is where I need to be.
Fact.
You know,
everything happens for a reason, man. You already know. But everybody watching right now, appreciate everybody for showing up. Hit that like button before you leave. Hit that like button. That's the thumb. That's the little thumb underneath the video. Appreciate you guys once again, man. And everybody for the super chat. Dusty, Alex, you guys are the best, man. It never ends, dude. Thank you so much for your support and your love. This podcast is gonna grow because of you guys, and that is the facts. But I appreciate you guys. Really see it. Me, you know, it's so blurry up there. I use this, but you already know what time it is, guys. W number. Ow.